Have you guys heard of that rumor? Jesus Christ, he's coming back. The second coming of Jesus Christ is a story foretelling the resurrection of Christ and his 1,000-year reign over earth to defeat the forces of evil and save us all before humanity's final judgment day. The question then becomes, when is he coming back? I mean, we could kind of use it now more than ever. Look what the United States and Israel are doing. Ironically enough, a Christian-led country, people that follow Jesus are killing thousands of kids for no apparent reason. We can use them now more than ever. We have obesity problem. People are broke. People are depressed. People are anxious. People are left stranded on the middle of the street, homeless. So when is Christ finally coming back? Well, I can't answer where Christ is coming back, and no one else can, but I can answer one question. I can tell you what he is. I found Christ, and he's closer than you think. Let's look at the Bible. Romans 8:10 says, Christ is in you. Corinthians 3:23 says, and you are of Christ, and Christ is of God. Corinthians 13:5 says, the Apostle Paul asked the Corinthians believer, do you not realize about yourself that Jesus Christ is in you? So it's pretty evident that Jesus Christ is inside of you. That there's not a man in the sky that's going to come down and save us. His ashes are not going to come back together. His bones, I don't know what people are thinking. He's not coming back. Not the way that you think he is. So if Christ is inside of us, when is he resurrecting? According to the legend, a most wonderful thing will happen. His glory will be revealed from within his believers. The Christ in us, who is living in us, being formed in us, making his home in our hearts, and who is our hope of glory, will be revealed from within us. Corinthians 15:21 says, for since death came through a man, the resurrection of the dead comes also through a man. Let me repeat that one more time to you. What will resurrect is Christ within us. And there's a path that you have to follow if you want to resurrect Christ's love. And that's where the Bible comes in. The Bible's pretty handy if you know how to interpret the Bible. I don't care what the churches have to say, they have no value. What the Bible says is that you resurrect Christ by being like Christ. And there's a lot of things that we have to do, but these are my three favorite. One is be righteous. In every situation, do what God would do and be like him. I'll tell you how you do that. You have to operate through the emotion of love, because God is all loving. Number two, forgive. You have to let it go, because if you don't forgive, you're holding on to the ego, you're holding on to the identity, and the love can rise inside of you. So you have to forgive. Forgive your parents, forgive your coworker, your employer, anyone who has stolen from you, anyone who has cheated on you. Let it go, forget about it. The past only exists in the mind, it doesn't exist in the physical world, so there's nothing to be mad about. Number three, be humble. How can you be humble? You can be humble when you realize, and this is where Buddhism comes in pretty handy, everything that you have comes from other people. Your language, your food, your income, your happiness, everything comes from other people. And when you think you're more important, you're self-cherished. You're holding on to the self. You see, when Jesus died and he resurrected, what resurrected wasn't a human body. No. It was Christ within him. And what died was Jesus. Jesus is the identity. Jesus is just the ego, the personality that we play while we are here on earth. So when Jesus, the ego, died, then Christ was able to rise inside of him. That's how we have to wake up Christ inside of every single person. Christ is inside of us. Christ is not up there and we are down here. Christ is already inside of us. So we have some work to do.